Welcome to House Blend Podcast. I'm your host, Hans, and together with me are the boys.
It's your boy Cody, the
Hello.
faceless void from the abyss.
I'm still here in the background.
Yep, we're all
Okay, guys.
still here. Pain. Existence is pain. Wait.
Existence is always pain, bro. Just
Yeah,
existing really hurts.
But you
it
need it to
hurts
be
more
alive.
when you play ranked all day and lose. That's my life right
Oh.
now.
Okay. So today, boys, I want to talk about anime.
Who doesn't? It's all about anime
That is
these
correct.
days. Damn Zoomers love anime.
Oh, you be sounding like a total zoomer. I mean a total boomer. Okay, more specifically, I want to talk about the series that we have watched throughout our childhood. Oh shit, I hit the mic. I'm sorry about that. But before that, let me just crack a cold one.
The
Let me
mic
crack
whispers. Hit me more, please.
3, 2, 1. Oh yeah.
We can't hear it. We'll just edit out the fucking pluck sound. Pluck. It's the
Nah,
magic
there
of editing.
there really wasn't no buzz or anything. I was disappointed, honestly.
I'll edit a fucking reload sound from a gun.
Are we going to
Crack
send
open a cold one.
Oh, so wait, let me just clarify. We're talking about childhood anime? Or
Yes.
childhood anime, as in anime
Wait.
that's set on childhoods. I mean, children.
No. Animes that we have watched throughout our childhood.
Oh,
Okay, so
okay.
I would first like to ask, boys, how did you get into anime?
I did it. Anime got into me. Actually, wait. My first encounter with anime was actually Mirmo Depon, if you can remember that shit.
Oh,
And it
Memo,
was
yeah, I
it was on
remember that.
Cartoon Network, if I recall.
Yeah, I believe
Yeah,
it
that was
aired at
really weird.
around the time when we were in
The
elementary.
music is still bomb though. Mirmo,
When was that? Like
Depon, or something.
early 2000s or something?
Yeah, something along those
Early
lines.
2000s, yeah.
Like, it wasn't the first anime I saw, but it was the first thing that I knew was anime. You know,
But
because you see a lot of
were
cartoons when you were
you?
young.
Yeah, but at that age, were you aware that it was anime or it was just
Yeah, at that
another
point I knew it was
cartoonish?
anime.
Oh,
Yeah.
what about the first one you have ever watched that you didn't know that it was anime?
I don't believe I encountered anything like that at
Try
the
to
time.
remember. I actually don't remember. I think it's Astro Boy. I thought Astro Boy was a cartoon, but now I know it's anime.
Oh yeah, Astro Boy. How about you, Ken?
Classic Astro Boy.
I haven't watched Astro Boy, but I was influenced by my older siblings because they keep watching anime during the time that I was
Oh
around.
yeah, yeah.
And then
Yeah.
I managed to watch Ranma Half and
Oh, Radmouth. That's good.
Yugi.
Oh nice, Rama half.
Did you watch it on Animax?
Was it Animax?
Yeah.
I believe it
At
was.
least for us here, Animax was like the main place you got.
Those are for you guys. I don't remember me watching on Animax. Because like for us, um, for us in this situation, cable is really like an expensive thing to own, right?
Oh yeah.
Back when I was child, I was about 4 or 5 years old when we got cable, but I was more into the cartoon side, like watching. Actually, I don't remember what I watched. I only
Looking
remember
back,
watching Powerpuff
cable
Girls.
and TV in general was like a big thing for
Super
us. But now
luxury.
we barely watch any. We live on the internet now. I don't
I never
remember the
Netflix.
thought
last
about
time I
it that
sat
way.
down to watch any show.
Netflix is the new cable, man.
I never thought of it that way since I just watched whatever was there.
Yeah, I used
Yeah.
to follow the schedules. Or like, oh, this show is airing at like 6:30. I gotta watch it.
It,
But now
it
since
just
we live on
happens
the
to be
You were
internet,
following schedules
yeah, back then.
at a
But,
young age?
yeah, I did.
Wow.
I
That,
guess.
that's some
Because
brain
TV
right there, man.
schedules. Dude, I watched all the episodes of Alice Academy because I was following the exact
What
time.
what
Alice
is that?
Academy. I don't remember that.
It's on
Let me
Animax.
Google
It's
that.
Yeah, I don't.
if you know
Alice
Index anime, it's that, but for kids. All the
Tuaru
kids
Index.
there have all the kids have superpowers,
Oh,
and the main character's superpower is to cancel
Never
out
heard of
other
it.
oh,
superpowers.
Gaku and Alice.
Yeah. The fucking Japanese name is Gaku
I
Alice.
remember seeing this, but I don't remember ever watching it.
Yeah, it's a
Because
cute
for me,
show.
I
I don't
I
remember
don't believe
who
I've
which
first
seen
which
it.
studio
ever
it was.
anime I've watched is
I,
either Voltus 5 or Dragon Ball Z.
Hmm.
I
I've,
remember
I've
getting
I've never
traumatized as a
seen
kid,
Voltus
man.
5. I know about the songs and how popular it is, but I've never actually seen an episode of it.
I think it's the one that shaped my view towards mecha anime. Not like
Oh.
a huge, um, a huge way, but
Oh,
I think it
speaking
at
of
least started my interest on mecha anime.
what is five?
Yeah,
Voltus 5 apparently.
because Voltus 5 was really loved by the Filipinos of that generation,
Which
especially my
one?
mom and my uncle. They really wanted those
Yeah, my
figures that
dad
were
actually
like as
loves it.
figures.
He sings the fucking ED song in full Japanese, even though he probably doesn't know what it means. Like most of us weebs,
Chichibo
just,
Motomete.
just singing all the Japanese lyrics without actually knowing.
Well, I'm very curious, guys. Since you have answered like really, I don't want to say obscure, but I think it was more or less unpopular on our generation to be watching those stuff. I always thought of our generation growing up on like Dragon Ball, Naruto, Yu Yu Hakusho, Slam
Yeah.
Dunk.
Oh,
Yeah.
actually, I'm a fucking big ass hipster. If I see something popular, I just instinctively avoid it. I'm
But
not. I don't
I
know.
think
That's just how I am.
would you say that the series of those era were the golden era of anime for us
No.
youngsters?
Hmm. Hard to say.
Mm.
But for me, he didn't really watch the golden era of stuff. I'd say it's a pretty
They
good
did-
year, but it's not what defines the decade. Because all anime after that
mm.
was completely different. The
Yeah.
tone, the shift, it didn't really define. It defined that decade at least. Like let's say the 90s, the late 90s to early 2000s.
Yes.
Yeah, that would define it, sure. But after that, the 2006, 2005 stuff, I've watched almost all the fucking harem shit anime that aired there.
You were
And
watching Harem at mid 2000s.
yeah, I was that kind of
Although,
guy.
yeah, I pretty much remember me getting interested in Love Hina at a very young age.
Oh, Love
At like
Hina. That was such a fucking
probably
nostalgic
8.
title.
And
Mm.
at first, I didn't know that it was a harem ecchi show.
Oh
But
yeah.
I was
Oh,
very
dude.
curious seeing
Ecchi was a
Eitaro
new world.
bury his head on Naru's boobs at the very
Yeah,
first
yeah.
episode.
I can't relate to
And
that because I'm
Wait, don't you watch Ecchi
I
though?
don't
Like I
nah.
remember you mentioning a few Ecchi anime, but that you did watch accidentally or something, but didn't
But
really
it's
enjoy the Ecchi itself.
probably that's probably sometime later.
Like, isn't
On
Ranma half Ecchi?
I think Ranma happens ecchi.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I don't really remember the scenes at the time until I was older.
Ah,
Yeah.
because like
All I remember are the fights and the
Do you
transformations.
remember the iconic
Ranma half has a
nosebleed?
lot of like undressing moments, right?
Yeah, a lot
Really?
actually. Especially when the
Yeah,
dude transforms into a girl, he always somehow ends up naked most of the time.
and that lecherous old man who always wants to
Yeah, well,
get
I
with
remember that part,
Yeah.
Ranma's female version.
but the naked but the naked parts, I don't quite remember them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I believe
Wait,
there
how
were
old is
some.
Ranma have? Let me check.
I
Let me check
think
the database here.
it's if we're talking anime, I think it started pretty much in the 90s or maybe late 80s. I'm not so sure, but
Early,
basing based on its aesthetic, I'd say it's pretty much from that era.
Dude, I fucking googled Ranma half age and it came out 16 years old. And it was the character, not
Damn.
the show.
Oh, I see, I see.
Oi,
I was like, damn, is it
fucking
that early?
dickhead. No, it
is
aired
this
on
like Ash with his Eternal
August
10
Oh yeah.
1987.
image?
Oh,
1987, Jesus, it's older than
so
me.
that yeah, late 80s. Man, we weren't even alive at that age, bro.
Yeah.
At that year, I mean.
We're not specifying
Father
the
was
exact
born.
year.
Please don't remind us of our age. But
Yeah.
yeah, since Ken spoke about this series, what do you guys thought about Pokemon at that age?
The Pokemon was a cartoon. You can't tell me no. When you were
Oh man,
watching
you're
that
gonna
shit
spark some
on
fight.
Cartoon Network and you saw that stuff, I wasn't an anime. I was a cartoon. You only feel like it's an anime like after the later season, but the first few seasons it felt like a cartoon. At least
But
for
I'm
me,
curious,
especially
like,
since it's on English dub. I don't even know the Japanese dub
yeah,
of the first season.
'cause I'm curious how people perceive cartoon and anime because for some people, once it's on Cartoon Network, it's automatically an anime. I
Are
mean a
you kidding me?
cartoon, right?
Gundam Wing was on Cartoon Network. You tell me
Yeah,
that's a
but
cartoon.
it was a late night show mostly
Yeah,
for
but
Cartoon Network.
still.
But when it when it's on the morning slots or maybe afternoon, I think pretty much most people consider it as a cartoon.
I'm trying to
'Cause I
remember what
remember
was on the morning
Gundam
slot.
Wing aired really
Late.
maybe around 6 or 8.
Yeah, but I didn't sleep
Not a
even
lot,
back
not a
then, so
lot
I
of
was
kids.
there watching that shit.
I
Yeah.
don't
Here's
know.
another here's another nostalgia hit for you
Mirma
guys.
Depon aired at 6, I think? Or was it 5? I still
Is,
remember it.
is that a romance anime?
Mirma Depon's that weird magical girl thing. I actually don't
Yeah,
remember
Wait,
but
the entire
was
details.
Mirmo was
Mirmo's like
Mirmo
a
female?
fucking goblin. No, not a goblin per se. He's like a
Was it
tiny scrib creature. I don't know.
was it Mirmo a guy?
Yeah, Mirmo was
Yeah,
the guy, but the main character was was the girl which he followed around.
I believe it's a
I only
shojo genre.
Oh, is it?
I don't know
Because
I
what
I
genre this
only
is.
remember Mirmo from seeing it from K Zone.
You want to ask a question? Have you seen
What
Totally
quite interesting.
Spies?
Yes,
Is
I
that
I've
an
seen some
anime?
actually
episodes.
have.
Is that an anime?
I remember one scene there where they fitted to what was that thing that they used to fix their face?
Oh wait, the mirror thing.
The mirror, yeah, the mirror. They
Is that the
pitted
one
two
with the
mirrors
laser?
against each other. Yeah.
Yeah, fuck
Eternal
that scene.
eternal lasers.
I'm gonna show a gif of that on editing because it's some laser magic, man.
Yeah,
So,
just put it on the screen
anyways, it took me a few years to know that it wasn't
That
really an
was a
anime.
complete bull event.
because
Yeah.
I think like it was geared towards more of the older kids.
Hmm. And not just that, the style itself, they
Yes,
really leaned into that anime style.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you see the droplet things that on anime, whenever there's
yep.
some weird situation, the water
hmm
droplet drop thing and the angry sign.
hmm
Yeah, that you
The
see in manga.
veins popping out of their
Yeah,
heads.
yeah. Totally Spies use that. So it was like,
Did
wait,
they? I
this
don't
this feels
remember.
anime, but it's a cartoon. What is this
Well,
monster?
well, they do borrow ideas from each other.
Yeah,
Yeah, that probably was
Totally Spies
very
when
inspired.
leaned heavily into that anime style reactions too. So
Here's another nostalgia hit for you guys.
what?
Did you get into Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yeah, but
Probably the first season only.
I did, but I never really knew how to play the game, so I just collected the card games and looked at them. I tried
Man,
to
I
play it,
remember getting sent to
but no
the
one no
principal's
one in the
office.
fucking neighborhood knew how the rules work. We were just literally
That
yelling
that's
out shit.
basically Pokemon the card game in other countries, right? Like they would
Yeah,
just
even
collect
here,
these.
even I don't know how to play that fucking game, and I have cards.
Even now, I still don't know how to play the Pokemon card
Ah,
game.
my my brothers were playing it at the time, and they were
Mhm.
collecting it. And then years later, I probably followed suit, but I only played up to the Generation One cards.
Mm.
I only know how to play Yu-Gi-Oh. So like, how does
I
Pokemon play? Is it more like Magic the Gathering?
You know how I learned how to play Yu-Gi-Oh
uh
in the PSP
How?
games?
Yeah, Tag
Yeah,
Force,
fucking
bro.
PSP. Yeah,
I don't know how to play Yu-Gi-Oh even up to now.
it's just the
I
PSP
Wait, are you
games.
serious?
Yeah, I thought it was
But you,
Random
you play
bullshit
other
go.
card games.
I
I
thought
just
that's how
remember.
you
Yeah,
play the game.
that's surprising.
You play random
I always
cards
thought
and hope
you
that you
were a
win.
guy who
A
would
card
always
nerd.
get into card games.
Well, I have my cards confiscated before, so
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was telling that earlier. Like I remember getting sent to the principal's office just because I sold Yu-Gi-Oh cards at our
You
school.
uh,
were
uh,
selling fucking Yu-Gi-Oh cards on the
Yeah,
streets. What are you, a
I
black market
but
dealer?
I remember one embarrassing story where
Fuck that.
I was a toddler, and
Yeah.
then my brothers were playing Magic the Gathering, I believe,
Mhm.
and then I
Magic.
ate one of their rarest
You ate
cards.
a card.
Why
Yes,
would you eat
What card
I
was it
believe it
though?
was
I have to know.
Grandmother Senjir, I think.
Let's
You,
I
check how
forgot.
much that
Forgot
you
is.
the
you ate your
Grandmother, what
grandmother.
is grandmother?
Senjir. I don't
Dude, I would
remember, but
understand if
for
it
them it
was
was
like
rare at the time, and they never allowed me to
to
near
touch
a
your card.
card until I was older.
Okay,
Seems
so
to
I just checked
nobody. What?
on TCG Player. The card costs $4.
Oh yeah, that's
Eh,
cheap right
it's a
now.
four
Yeah, that's
dollar
fine.
meal.
That's fine. That's fine.
Dude, I'd
I'm glad
understand
it's
if
not
you.
something like a Black Lotus or something. No.
How much is
But
that?
this is probably the price right now. But back then, I mean, when we were children, this was probably much higher.
Is it? Does it
Eh, but
change?
they
Yeah, it changes.
felt bad.
I have no idea how card works. I value
Oh,
cards on
there's
how
one here
cute
that costs
the
$19.
girls are. That sounds terrible. Actually, never mind. I'm not gonna continue that. Like if I see a dark magician girl card, I'm eating that.
Bro, who wouldn't?
I'm looking. I'm
I
googling dark
Who
magician girl right
wouldn't?
now.
I eat a lot of things that I shouldn't be eating as a kid.
But did I ever?
Anyway,
No,
So
I
cards
remember.
are in the realm of possibilities.
Yeah,
another nostalgia hit for you guys. What show did it for you? Beyblade or Crush Gear? Because they both came
did
out
it for you.
almost at the same time.
Wait, can you define what it means to did it to you?
I said hit.
Oh, I wait. What? I
What series hit more for you? Crush Gear or
oh.
Beyblade?
Hmm.
I
Crush
think,
Gear.
Probably go for Beyblade.
Yeah, Beyblade
yeah,
for
but
me.
I haven't watched much of
I
I
think
watched most
Beyblade
of them as a child. I don't
at the
remember
time.
was more
much.
expensive, right? If I remember correctly,
No,
Beyblades were
as
more
an
expensive than Crush
anime,
Gear.
I like Beyblade more than Crush Gear. And as an
Yeah,
anime,
Beyblade was the real shit, especially G Revolution. That shit was fire, bro.
I don't remember the titles,
I don't I
but
don't know
yeah, I
the
still remember
titles.
it being exciting.
No, because I remember playing those on Game Boy.
I
It's
just
a
know
Game Boy game.
the
Yeah,
first uh, first episodes.
of Beyblade.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at
What was the main character's name again? And I just
Takao.
remember his
I fucking remember that shit. It's Takao. The
Takao in
first, the very
Japanese,
very
right?
first.
What was the English name?
I have no idea. I just know
I,
Takao.
I just remember him for Scar.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Oh, Tyson. That's
The
his name, Tyson.
Tyson.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to dig my fucking memories.
Yeah, I remember Beyblades costing north of probably 500 pesos
I don't
for
remember
one
shit.
Beyblade.
I remember having them, but I don't remember what they
I, re-
cost, how big they are.
I recently saw it at a collectible store, like vintage stuff, and it's
Yeah.
still priced that way. And I was like, wow, vintage stuff really sells.
Transitioning on old animes with toys are remember Zoids?
Did you play
Oh yes,
did you
Zoid.
play the toys of Beyblade before? Did you
Yeah, I
have
did. I did.
one?
Yeah, I did.
I remember being so mad that some some guy on my class used the metal ones, the really metal ring ones, the big ones,
Yeah.
The ones
and
that
that
were
wrecked the
strong
shit out of my Beyblade.
Oh, the
plastic?
metal rings sometimes have the spark things to attach.
Yes, yeah,
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 it
yeah.
was really cool seeing them spark around and spin. It was
You know
great.
what's cool? You
And I
know what?
remember breaking those Beyblade, even though they were
You know what's
fakes. I
cool?
was so
Yeah.
sad.
When you have a death match where the loser has their Beyblade fall into the sewer.
Fucking hell. Did you have those?
Wait,
Yes, I
It's,
was
lost.
that your experience with
you're
Beyblade?
like playing a shadow game.
We have
You
I
just
think my
like
audio
Yu-Gi-Oh with
peaked.
Beyblade.
My
we have
audio
the
peaked
stage
while I
where
said
the
shadow
outsider
game.
is uh the
Uh,
open the gaping hole of the sewer.
The gaping hole of the sewer.
he sacrificed the loser. Oh, that's so metal.
Yeah, well, that losers me. I lost
Oh
my
my
game.
Oh
god,
shit! I'm sorry. Sorry to bring up that
this is
memory.
so sad. I'm gonna lower my volume because it's so sad.
I remember mine snapped in half when it got hit by the metal rings. That was so saddening that day because I couldn't even tell my mom.
what, what are we
If
gonna
I
do?
told her, she'd be fucking mad with me.
Should
I
have
don't
told them that
remember where
you
I
won,
put
but
it,
at what cost?
but I don't remember throwing it out either. It was just, it was such a nostalgic item.
Oh man,
I
everything you
didn't
remember
throw
Now
mine out.
fades.
I don't know where it went.
I didn't throw mine out.
You did it?
Voluntarily. I did not throw mine out
How
voluntarily.
did they take
If
it
you
out
get
for
what I
you?
mean.
But so
Well,
when it fell to the sewer,
No,
did you dive
it
into it?
went
you
bye
got
bye. It
yeeted.
went bye bye.
Eat
It
it
went
on.
missing. I can't really do anything.
How all my childhood toys went was really sad. I put all of them in a box. I'm
Mhm.
trying to remember the details, but it was a lot. It was Yu-Gi-Oh cards, Pokemon cards, Beyblades, Crush Gears, the stuff. A few Lego pieces. And the house flooded, so that box fucking floated onto the ocean. No one
Man,
knows what happened. It's just gone now.
Ocean.
I
Lost
wish
into the
people,
ocean.
I wish someone could have found it and treasured it as much as we did.
Bro, that shit might be broken. It's been flooded.
That's okay. Anyway, you were asking earlier about Zoids.
Oh yeah.
That that's amazing.
That's a big
Droids is
thing.
amazing. Yeah.
I remember watching it as a kid and rooting for, was his name Van? The
I
guy
don't
with
remember
the
who I
Liger?
remember were the fucking Zor. I don't remember the characters, but Blade Liger, I know Blade Liger. Blade Liger's my bro.
That shit was the real one.
Yeah.
That fight with Geno Breaker?
And
Masterpiece, bro.
Command Wolf. Command Wolf was my other bro. I actually had a Command Wolf figure. One of my first figures. Oh
Pers-
god. So,
Personally, I
so
didn't care much for the main character Zoids. I was enjoying the random generic enemy Zoids like the
the main
Gaita.
character, John Zoid. In a world full of Zoids, John Zoid will win. No one knows the main character's name. It's John Zoid. God.
And he's just a grunt unit trying to make his way towards the
You
enemy
know
and
that the
get
action,
killed
the
along the way.
action was John Zoid coming to theaters in summer. Oh my
But no,
god.
like I remember Ken being that guy who wants the grunt units because when we were
I
talking about plastic model kits, he was always wanting those Zaku ones from Gundam.
The
they
ones
look
And
that
I
die like
interesting
after 2
for me.
seconds.
like
Yes.
he has this appreciation for grunt units that sometimes I don't even understand. So
They're,
what was that about, Ken? Why do you like the grunt units so much
some of them look
instead of the
pretty
main characters?
they look pretty interesting to me. And then I don't know. They they speak to
You
They
must like
speak to
spin-offs
you.
then.
Yeah.
they're
Some
they're
some
like there
anime
to
just
lose.
use the grunt
They're,
units as spin-off
they're like
characters.
jabronis.
Jabronis. Can you tell us what a jabroni is for everyone listening?
They are those people in wrestling that are there to lose. So the wrestler that they want to be popular becomes more popular.
Hmm.
I
So
think there's an actual term for those. Cannon fodder. Yeah, those. Aren't
yeah,
they
that's,
cannon fodder?
There's
For mecha
no other
anime?
accurate way to say that.
Yeah,
Describe
especially
that, I
in,
mean.
but
in
yeah,
mecha
if
anime
it
or
wasn't for the if it wasn't for
Yes.
those cannon fodders, the main characters will probably be less.
Less
So
badass.
yeah, they
The
sacrifice
thousands of
their lives
Sakus
so
that
that you
died.
can have fun.
I'm curious to hear what you guys think about Digimon because personally, I didn't watch much of it. I was more of a Pokemon guy, but that was on my probably early teens. I've
Let's
watched the
see
first
here.
movie, but other than that, I don't remember getting into it.
I I don't remember the actual details, but I remember Digimon movie and series in general being really, really good. But I don't think I remember the exact theme, so I can't comment on it. But a rule of thumb that I've read on the internet is for Pokemon, the Pokemon games are superior, but the anime is kind of hit or miss. Meanwhile, in Digimon, the Digimon games sort of suck, but the anime is really, really good.
I think Digimon series recently got a movie, right?
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I have no
Sometime
idea
some
since I
years
didn't
ago.
watch it. God.
What about you, Ken? Did you watch Digimon? Were you into it?
I watched Digimon Tamers only, and
What was Tamers about?
Oh, I just remembered something.
I found
Oh
it
boy.
interesting, but I don't quite remember the story since I was very young at the time. But I did.
Oh, was this the one with Agumon or not?
Double
I
check my
believe
facts.
so. But yeah, I think it's that one.
Yeah, I
Oh
think
boy.
this is probably the one I've watched. Although I don't
Do you
remember
guys
much detail.
remember a certain Anja woman?
I only know Wargreymon.
Oh
People
my god.
and their
No, I specifically remember this one because this was the most humanoid Digimon I've seen. And at the time,
from
I was innocent, and boy, did I feel things. I'm
did
gonna place a sample picture on our
Yeah,
chat.
I put it on screen.
did that started from that Digimon that looked like a cat?
Yeah, it started from
Oh,
that.
that's a cat pickup.
Then it
Damn,
became
she
this.
thick, bro.
Yeah,
She thick,
you
bro.
know what I mean?
Okay, now I
The
remember her. Now I
Anjumomon
remember her.
was the first waifu, even though she's not really a waifu. I
I
swear.
feel like Ken is silently judging us in the corner as we appreciate this thick
Oh no.
Let's
You
look
figure
at
enjoy
in
this.
front of
yourself. You enjoy yourselves. I'm just going to try to understand it.
us.
Oh my
There
god.
goes the straight man.
Wait, to be fair, this is what she looked like in the anime on the first appearance.
I
It
think this is the
wasn't
first
that bad.
that converted Cody into a furry.
It's not. Look at it. That's not furry.
That's not that's
That's
not
not
furry.
furry.
Oh, okay.
That's humanoid.
Angel.
If
That's
anything,
human,
that's the
definitely.
opposite of furry. It just has angel wings. It doesn't count. Oh my god. Back. If you want to see furry, look at the second evolution of that.
Oh
I'm gonna
hell
try to
no!
look
It's
for it.
not getting into that.
If you want furry, you go for the was that Renamon? I forgot.
Yeah, Renamon. Fucking
The one
Renamon.
with
I
the
remember
box.
people
Yeah,
liking Renamon a lot.
that's furry. This one
Yeah,
is
that's
not.
furry. Renamon is really cool though. The character. Even though I barely
This
remember the fucking
artwork.
character.
This
Look at
artwork.
Renamon. That's
Did
furry.
you guys remember playing the Game Boy Advance game of Digimon?
Ah
No.
no, yeah, I didn't
I
touch
played
that. I
Pokemon
think it
though,
was
so did
Digimon Battle.
everyone else. Everyone else that liked the games.
Hold on,
I I
I'll
believe
send
I
you.
know
It was
someone.
basically a platformer.
Was it?
I'll send it to the chat. Yeah, I remember playing this when I was probably 14.
Honestly, I think they really messed it
Yeah,
up
I
with the
don't remember
Digimon
that one.
games.
Yeah,
They could have made it more RPG cinematic things in the vein of
I
Persona.
think most games start off as platformers,
Did they?
except for the really original ones. But basically, if you wanted to make a game, that was the
I don't know.
route to go
Men
into.
didn't start
No,
out as
it was the
platform.
fucking cash cow back in the day when they made everything
Yeah,
into games. Shrek was a platformer. Um, Mario was a platformer technically. I'm not calling it a cash cow. It's literally one of the first platforms. So shut up. Okay, what else?
Galaga is a
Cars?
popular game, but it's
Was
not a
Cars a
platformer.
platformer?
Cars.
Cars,
Cars, the animation, the Disney one? Was that a
the
Disney?
game. Oh, wait, no, it's a racing game. No shit. Just Google what's the Cars game. It's a fucking racing game. Big fucking surprise.
Imagine
Congratulations,
if it
Cody.
was a
I'm sorry.
visual novel.
Visual dating sim. Cars dating sim, my lord. That Porsche looking
What with
pretty
the
fine though.
Queen?
Queen. Oh my god! I'm just looking at car pictures now. What's happening?
Anyway, going back to the topic, what are some of the more shonen based series you remember watching?
Shaman King, which is getting
Shaman.
a remake,
Yeah,
I think. Fucking
yeah, yeah,
Shaman
yeah.
King.
I s-
What's the main character? I just remember the main character,
Yo,
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 and nothing
Asakura
else. Yeah,
and
Yo.
Amidama.
I love that
Yo,
guy's name.
and I remember
Yo.
being this such of a fashionable icon during that time.
Was
He
it?
would go out with the unbuttoned blazer with no shirt
Oh my god.
underneath.
Oh my
And
god, I
who's
remember
his
that actually.
fiance? Was that his fiance, the blonde girl?
Yeah.
Technically
Anna.
fiance.
Anna. Yeah. I
Ah,
believe
yeah.
so.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah,
Oh my
Anna.
god. I barely remember the characters. How old am I? I have terrible memories.
I don't remember
Man,
that.
we're getting old. But
Shaman King.
aside from the game, I don't really remember the series that much.
I do
It's more
remember
of the
playing the
Shaman
game.
King game.
I also
Okay.
watched the anime.
A bunch of
I like the
anime
opening.
started
The opening was
flowing
nice.
inside my head right now. Childhood anime.
What
Let's
was,
see here.
what was Shaman King again? What was Shaman King about again?
Uh,
It had a shaman, dude. And there
It
was a
was
king.
King.
I don't remember. No. There was a battle, a tournament thing, a battle
yeah, I
royale,
remember
if
there
you
was
will.
tournament
It's
before.
a tournament arc, guys.
It's a battle royale. Fuck. Yeah, I
Oh,
just remember
shit.
there being a battle. I don't remember the stakes.
All I know is that kids get possessed by, well, not exactly kids. People get possessed by ghosts and they fight using those ghosts.
Yeah, something like that.
It's the simplest form I can.
Another anime similar to that on Animax was Love Wakey. And that show was one of my first shonen anime after Naruto.
I feel
I think
sad
I
not
watched it
remembering
before
a lot
Naruto.
about it.
I
It
think for
was
me, Shaman King broke me into Inuyasha.
Ah, yeah.
I didn't
I love
watch Inuyasha.
Inuyasha. I love
I can't
Inuyasha.
I kind of avoided
But
Fucking
Inuyasha.
hipster.
there were,
Fucking hipster.
I love
Yeah,
Inuyasha, but
Inuyasha
there
was
were
super popular.
some dumb stuff.
But thumbs
They
up.
had the perfect opportunity to kill off that one kid, but then suddenly he lived, and yeah, I didn't like it.
I don't
That
remember anything.
that
I
I didn't
didn't
like that.
even touch it. I don't know.
You
But
didn't even.
It wasn't my style.
but the battles were lit.
But
Yes, exactly.
I like the fights.
I don't remember it because I never watched it.
I think I think mostly animes from this generation really had. I don't. Is it, can we call it isekai?
Yeah,
Is
it is
Inuyasha
technically
isekai?
isekai. It
Yes,
is an
yes,
isekai. It actually
yes.
is. What the hell? It's one of the oldest isekais. Dude, Digimon was an isekai. What the fuck? What is this?
Wait, Digimon is an isekai?
Digimon is an
Yeah.
isekai. They got sent to the Digi world. Digimon. That sounds so
I'm
dumb.
having a brain fart right.
There are
Digimon's an
there are a lot
isekai.
of there are a lot of isekai in our time, even
Why
before
why are isekai so
2020.
different now though? It's like it's
No,
rolled
I
back.
can explain. There's an anime airing right now which some of us are following. Mushoku Tensei. I have to go by that Mushoku Tensei was probably responsible for most of the other isekais roaming around. Not directly responsible, but more like inspired. Because the
Yeah.
general equation, the general recipe of either otaku, nerd, or something, lived a terrible life, gets isekai, and this world has a lot of other shit. That's
Mhm.
like the general equation right now for the average isekai.
Yeah, but like, why is it so different from Inuyasha? Or
I
from
just
any
explained it. That's
isekai
why
from this
because
generation?
they're all following the same shit. They all got quote
Damn.
unquote inspired by Mushoku Tensei. Now everyone is just doing that but different. But my problem with current day isekai, oh no, we're straying away from the childhood isekai, childhood anime. But I just let my fucking isekai comments before we go back. My
Okay.
problem with modern day isekai is they're afraid to take risks. Like one of the memorable isekais that we know, say Konosuba or something, or ReZero always mock the isekai formula in a way.
Mm-hmm.
You notice that it's either
Yeah.
uh betraying
Konosuba especially.
expectations. Yeah, it's because the
It's
isekai
probably a
formula is
sadder version
fucking
of Ichikai.
overused as hell. It's been used by like dozens and dozens of other stories and animes.
Well,
Like
it's not
we
exactly
we've gotten to a
betraying.
point where we can mock it and it'll be way more entertaining than watching the actual thing. Just look at ReZero
Well,
and Konosuba.
RE0 isn't exactly making fun of the trope, but deconstructing it.
Yeah, something. Yeah, that's a nicer way to say it, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, that's my rant on isekai since I've watched and read a lot of isekai going back to childhood shit.
Okay, since we're on the topic of shaping our view on anime, what are the series that you have watched that shaped your view on anime?
Oh no, a lot. No, actually, not a lot. I can count it through my hands,
On
but
the top of your head,
it's gonna
what
be a
was it?
wild ride. So I want to go fast.
Okay, Ken, you can
I
start
can't
first.
I can't really give one example because I remember watching a lot at the time. I don't really watch much anymore. I I'm more on the reading side, but
Yeah, who watches anime?
I tend to watch
Imagine
a lot.
watching anime in 2020. What the hell? When VTubers
No, I mean
exist.
I tend to read manga instead.
Yeah, I don't know about
Back to
why,
VTubers.
but I tend to read manga a lot more these days than watch anime. So
Black
I guess I'll be going first then.
No, wait. Before you talk, I'm just gonna say Gundam. I'm gonna leave that on the table,
Don't
and
spoil me!
and just talk.
It's not
Don't
Gundam,
spoil
it's
me!
Dragon Ball Z.
You took my thunder away.
Oh, okay. Let me guess. Kiss Exes. Did that influence you?
I have another guess. Or Emo?
Oh, or emo. Oh my god. Okay.
Why
No.
are you guys doing this to me?
Because I can't think of anything for myself.
Yeah. Okay. You can continue now that we guessed half of what you're going to say.
Split this into parts, okay? God damn it, guys. You guys are basically shitting on me right now.
That's the best part.
You.
Uh,
Anyway, I think for me, for romance series, no, not Ari emo. Love Hina first came
romance.
into the picture.
Love Hina.
Yeah,
Wait.
that was
I just
that for
have
me
to
is
ask.
a very classic
Did
one.
you go to Newgrounds when you were young and played that
Of
Love
course,
Hina game?
of course. My mom is gonna be disappointed knowing this, but of course I did.
Hell yeah.
Of course
I
I
played that
did.
shit too.
What?
I don't know if Ken gets what we're talking about, but basically,
Yeah. Some real
when you
internet
go
hours.
to Newgrounds, I think this was probably mid 2000s, right?
Wait, was it in the adult section? I don't remember.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't.
Oh yeah,
The
okay.
adult part of it was very hidden. Like I remember you can only access it if you have raised all the relationships of the characters. It was
Yeah.
basically a visual novel.
Wait,
They have
that's
that.
probably the
It.
first
It
visual
was
novel we've
basically
ever
an
played.
eroge.
What
They
the
have
fuck
that on,
was the first?
they have that on
Oh
Newgrounds.
god.
Yeah. Wait, is it still there though?
I'm-
I have to check.
No,
I have to.
I think I think Flash shut down.
Oh yeah, it's dead now.
But probably people out there probably has a copy and could probably make a Flash figure or something. So we can probably go into our childhood again. Go into our childhood. But yeah, back to the topic. Yeah, Love Hina shaped my view on romance anyway. And probably after that, you guys are gonna shit on me, but it is Ori emo.
Yeah, boy. I actually like Ori
I'm
Emo
going
a
to
lot.
defend that.
I
I
will
am going
defend
to
it with
defend
you
that.
because I like that.
Kirino did nothing wrong.
Oh, she did everything wrong, but I still like the anime. Fuck yeah. Okay, I'm
Did
going to help
nothing
explain
wrong.
that later. Are you gonna expound on the Ori Emo thing?
I am with Gigok on this one. Kirino did nothing wrong. Ori emo
She did
did nothing
everything
wrong.
wrong.
was a satire on sitcom
On what?
anime,
On
on
what?
sitcom series. It was a satire work.
How is it?
Okay.
It wasn't because
Okay.
the author pussied out because a lot of people were sending him hate mail.
Looking me from the corner, like he's pretty much interested with me.
Uh, I do like Ore Evo, but I know I know things that my fucking brain hurts, man. I hate Ore Evo now.
Can
No,
you
no, no, no.
go?
I like Ore
Uh,
Evo, but I do know the big flaws around it. I have a lot of criticism towards it, but that just solidifies why I like it a lot. It's actually part of the anime that influenced me.
You hate it so much that you like it. Let's leave it at that.
Oh, at first watching it, I did hate it. But after rewatching it all these years after, I rewatch it like once every 2, 3 years. I like it more after every rewatch.
is your
Oh, I
sentiment
still have
similar to
Naruto
Sao?
on my. What was that?
Is this sentiment similar to your perception of Sao?
No, I still hate Sao even now, and I never rewatched it. Oh god, I can actually expound on the
Sword Art
Oreo thing if
Online
you
was
want.
good till they made a Alfheim. Sword
Oh
Art
man,
Online was good
yeah, Gun Gale was
till
actually
they
okay.
made Alfheim.
Gun
Yeah,
Gale
Gun
was
Gale
okay. Alpine, I hate Alpine.
Alternative
I
was
hate
pretty
everything about it.
fucking good. Gun Gale Online Alternative is pretty fucking good.
Yeah, yeah, the spin-off was really good. I
Better
actually
than the
liked it
main
way more.
series.
Only watch the first
Yeah, I would say that.
Sword Art
I
Online.
hated the main series. Gun Gale was awesome. And it's not just because of the lollies. The lollies are a nice bonus. But the characters feel more
I sense
consistent.
bias.
Yeah. No. It's not biased because the characters actually feel more consistent.
The
And it's not
lollies.
And
just
milk.
one what the
The,
fuck moment after the other.
You
you mean
really nailed
And
that
character
one.
development.
Lolly
There's an
bias.
actual character development.
for the lollies?
Actually, the main characters are lollies. What am I gonna do? Wait, no, the main character isn't a lolly. She's fucking 6 feet tall. Technically, I think. I just remember her being like 181.
Ken is turning on his roast mode.
I have nothing.
And I have our lollies.
Oh my god.
Oh wait, going back because I really want to talk about this. Ori Evo was ahead of its time. No lie.
Yes.
If you aired
Yes,
Ori
I
Evo
watched
now,
one.
it would still be better than most of the other anime already airing.
Yes.
My first comment is
agree
that
with
the
you on that
animation
one.
quality. The animation quality is so good, especially for the
For such
time
an
and
early
for
series. Yes.
yeah. Even though it's old, what 2009, I think the animation still
Yeah.
holds up. It's fucking beautiful the way they move and the way they talk. Even the stylized, the style is
And
actually better.
even the music. The music still
Yeah, the
catches
music
my
is fucking
ears to this
wonderful.
day.
Yeah, the opening endings are good. Even the background music is so good that anime YouTubers are using it. You can hear it in their fucking talks.
I didn't really watch it, but I gotta hand it to the.
Ken was pretty much disgusted by it.
No, no, I didn't actually watch it because I didn't know about it until it blew up. But I
The
didn't watch
Orima
it
was
because
the subject matter is questionable, but everything surrounding the production was really, really good. The
Yeah, on the
character
production side,
designs, the music,
advanced.
animation. For me, it's the premier rom com.
Mhm.
If you ask me what's like the best consistent quality rom com, it's Orima. If you ignore
Would you
the
say
story.
that shaped you on the way you view rom-com series?
What?
Hmm?
Would you say that shaped you, your view on romance anime series?
I don't want to admit it. I think it did.
I
Because after watching Oreo, I watched all the trash harem anime I could find.
no wait. I don't particularly know what would shape romance anime for me, but I know what shaped it for a lot of people.
Which is basically what?
To love Ru.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
To Love.
Love Ru, yeah.
I never got into that. To Love was too big for me. But anime
I
had
think
more
it
than
was,
20 episodes. I lost interest immediately.
when did it start airing again? I think
It's the
it was serialized in 2006 to
I remember
2009.
the YouTube comment To Love is the Dark Souls of anime.
Why?
The Dark Souls of harem anime. Oh my god.
God.
There's actually
Yeah.
a bigger thing. Do you know Negima Sensei?
Oh yeah.
I never
The
watched it, but I hear a lot that
look,
it's like the biggest
no
harem
man,
anime.
the anime is shit, but the manga is where the real stuff.
I never
I
read the
know
manga.
nothing about it.
Well, not a few volumes because I think
All of
I've
them.
been collecting them from the first volume till the mid 2020s. I remember buying
Mm.
those book sale at around 150 pesos.
I
So
just
that's
remember
like,
everyone on Facebook commenting about the new chapter or them collecting the Negima Sensei series. It got
yeah, it
pretty
was
wild.
really good. It was I think it was more on magical girl.
How many chapters does it have?
Let me search. Negima
I'm actually
chapters.
curious. Because if it's like 200, 400,
I
maybe I'll
remember
read
it
it.
was pretty long. It was pretty long, man. I think it ended on 355.
That's okay. I could probably read that like
Still
a
not
month.
as long as One
Oh yeah, One Piece.
or Detective
I
Conan.
never really got into One Piece even as a kid.
Same.
Would you say that that shaped our generation's view of shonen anime, or
I
was it
can't really
more on
say without
Naruto?
asking someone who watched One Piece. Because I never really cared for it. I
Yeah,
just accept it as the
like
really, really long series everyone likes. But
comparing it to Naruto or the likes of Dragon Ball Z, who would you say had the more
Influence.
influence on people of our generation?
Dragon Ball Z, hands down.
I'd say
Dragon
Dragon Ball
Ball
Naruto.
Z.
Z reached places where you wouldn't really expect it to reach. Like big
Mhm.
Hollywood stars, some old people, even some soldiers. Everyone knows Dragon Ball Z. It goes the same for Naruto, but not as much compared
I
to
do
Dragon
prefer
Ball Z.
the original Dragon Ball though.
Oh yeah, I actually
I
do the
Yeah,
like
same.
I like the adventuring aspect of the original one. Then the fighting, screaming, heavy
No,
uh
the best
Dragon
part
Ball
about the
Z.
original one was there was actual limits and martial arts to it.
yes. Instead
Like
of
if
just
they
powering
change the
up, power
stats, change
creeping.
the position,
Yeah,
yeah,
but
it's
I
it's the same problem with Naruto for me.
yeah, but
Yes,
I enjoy
exactly.
the adventuring aspect of it more. It's like you're you're there to experience the world
Hmm.
No, it
and
was
then
the different
get into
genre.
fights that you actually feel like that you have to work hard for it.
There are
Exactly.
stakes. If you
Yeah.
fight, he might lose, he might die.
Dragon Ball Z erased all of that, threw everything out the window. Oh, somebody dies. Let's revive him with a Dragon Ball. Oh, we can't
Oh
use
no,
the
he's
Earth's
about to
Dragon Ball.
lose.
Let's go to
Oh, he's
another
yelling
planet's
harder.
Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Oh, his
Uh,
hair is getting longer. He must be getting stronger.
commenting on the issues with Naruto as well. Naruto, the first season when they were all kids, or some was it the first? Yeah, that
Yeah.
was
Yeah,
my
yeah.
favorite season. Then again, was the only season I watched after.
Same. I
Yeah.
remember watching Naruto up until the Zabuto arc,
Oh,
but then after
Zabuza, yeah.
that, I pretty much got turned off
Hmm.
because it wasn't Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah,
As a
it's
kid,
because
you
you
would
remember
you would
1010.
opt from yeah 1010.
Yeah,
I
1010 doesn't
watched
exist in the everything after Naruto. She
I
got
watched two
completely
thirds of the
power
anime
creeped.
because
What?
of my brothers.
Yeah. Oh, you remember the Rock Lee fight with Gara?
Oh, rip
Yeah,
limbs.
that was
Oh, that was hype as shit when he
so
dropped the
badass.
fucking
That was so
weights.
badass.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's like I
Ah.
have another level and you haven't even scratched me.
No, not just
Uh,
that. The fucking philosophy behind it. It's not about the fucking.
Yep.
It's not just about fighting and losing. Rocky was a representative of hard work, just pure hard work, and Gara and
Mhm.
Neji represented geniuses
really,
who didn't
Talent.
necessarily work hard, but had talent beyond everyone else. You can say the same as Sasuke and
Basically,
Naruto.
the quote of hard work beats talent when talent thinks to work hard.
Rocky still lost though,
yeah.
but still, there
He
was
proved this
some
point. He
philosophy
proved this
behind
point.
it. It wasn't just about yelling and screaming about who's gonna win harder. There
Mhm.
were a lot of things going behind it, which added to the emotion and the stakes. It was a
I
fight of
agree.
philosophy, not just a fight of who's better.
Hmm.
And I think some of the modern fights we see lack that. But again, I don't see a lot of modern fights. Maybe I'm just wrong.
Not a lot of fighting in anime right now. The first
Oh, there
Osmo.
is. The Phantom is always fighting though. Endless fighting.
Okay, so going back on topic, you guys were correct on saying that I watched Code Geass next,
Oh,
and I
I
remember
never
Code
watched
Geass
that.
was just so. Wait, you didn't?
I
You
Yeah.
didn't
didn't.
watch Code Geass either?
I didn't
I
watch all
didn't.
the popular anime, okay? Code Geass, Death Note, what else? I
Am
don't
I
remember.
a- am I the weird one here?
You're
I
actually
watch
the
what
normal. We're the weird
I
ones.
watch whatever pops up that interests
I
me.
feel like I feel so
I don't
weird being
I
quote
don't
unquote
go
a normie.
I don't go out of my way to find something.
Uh,
But you guys basically know the story of Code Geass, right?
uh,
Somewhat, somewhat.
I know about it through
At
a
least
lot
the
of
ending.
anime references.
At
Because
least the ending.
Code
You guys
Geass get
basically know
Oh
the
no,
referenced
ending.
a lot.
not the ending. All I know is that
No, don't spoil
uh,
it to them.
he
Oh
controls
shit!
people.
So I can't even explain it to you guys.
You can hint it.
But basically,
I still want to watch
mecha
it actually.
anime. Mecha
Wait, I think I
anime goes
remember it. I remember being spoiled. The guy got shot and yeah.
who? What guy?
I,
Who?
I have
Who's that
no
guy?
idea, man. I don't even want to watch it.
Should be Britannica bench.
Should watch it
Yeah,
before
for mecha
the
anime, I
podcast.
think it was more or less of actually about being the robots. But it was more of how these people react to what's happening around them. Because
Mm.
on Gundam, they were basically teenagers, 16, 17, thrown
Wait,
in the middle of a
was
war.
Code Geass after Evangelion?
Yeah, Code
Yeah,
Geass was definitely
that
after
explains a lot.
Eva.
A lot of anime changed
Although
after Evangelion.
Ava is something I haven't watched,
I
even though
haven't
I'm
watched it,
on
but I know
exhaustion.
the influence it had.
It's a classic.
Yes. Did you watch it, Ken?
Not much, but I do remember some scenes.
Because it was basically really drilling down on mental health, right? If I remember correctly. Even though I haven't
The,
watched.
Yeah,
talking about Evangelion on the internet, it's like it's an oof bomb. 'Cause a lot of people really really love it, and a lot of people just hate its existence.
really?
Yeah,
I didn't know it garnered a lot of hate.
it did. I tried talking about it in a weeb circle. A lot of
All I
people are
do
either gonna
remember
support it
about
or
is
gonna hate it.
how sad the lives of children are.
It's a thing. They
Mhm.
probably hate the director more than the actual anime. He hated the otaku community and
And the
called
director
Shinji
like
like
wanted to talk about a lot of things, but wasn't able to easily blend it well. So
uh,
that's why I think a lot of people are angry at him.
a lot of people call Eva in general just pure pretentious stuff, especially with the symbolism and all the hatred with the thing. Can't really comment on it since I haven't watched it completely. But yeah, that's
Yeah, we
the.
really need to catch up on that. We need to catch up on some
We're
old
gonna make
anime.
an Eva episode after we watch Eva. Because I
Yeah,
actually want to watch Eva after the
I too want to watch
Honkai collab.
it. Hmm.
I honestly want to check up on the old animes as well, since I might be remembering some of them wrong.
We're probably
Yeah,
good.
we need to post post post. I forgot what I was gonna say.
So,
Maybe this is a great time to take a break, and we'll come back in a bit. See you guys, and goodbye, and see you later. Welcome back to Houseblend, everybody. We took a short break, and
hello,
now we are back. What's up,
yeah,
boys?
boy. Oh my!
How are you guys feeling after the break?
I feel exhausted for reasons other than
Wow.
this. Uh,
I've gone to the bathroom.
Did you guys
it's a
go to the
bathroom.
bathroom?
Nope.
Nope. What is a bathroom? We're talking anime. Bathrooms don't matter. Anime does.
For the next recording session, I'm probably going to have a Coca-Cola 1.5 bottle here, and that's gonna be my bathroom.
I can't drink. I can't drink soft drinks. I just have 4 liters of water. Just fucking chug that shit down.
All right. To start things off again, let's get back into topic. But before that, I will crack open another one.
A word from our sponsors. What are you drinking?
We are not sponsored, but by San Miguel flavored beer. But I am still drinking
but
it,
we
and
would
it's
like to be
fucking
though.
dripping.
Not sponsored, by the
Please
way.
contact us,
Uh,
San
be,
Miguel.
be careful when you sleep.
What am I drinking?
Ah,
Water.
that shit
We're
is
sponsored by water.
So, going back to what we were talking about earlier, guys, I have stated my fair share of what series that I have watched that shaped my view on anime, and it's your guys' turn.
Oh, we did. Ken already did his. I actually.
Yes, you just forgot about it.
Oh yeah, I have the memory of a goldfish. I guess it's my turn. Where do I start? Well, growing up, anime wasn't really that much of a big thing for me. Sure, I saw Naruto, Bleach, all that stuff, but never really got into it. I never went full weeb, I guess. Just appreciated
You
the
didn't have
distance.
that meme face where you would, oh, I want to draw this anime character. I
Yeah,
want to
no.
be.
I saw the anime characters, but like, oh, cool. They're like cartoons, but with more action. Yeah, that's my view of old anime. They're they are cartoons. They were basically cartoons. Come on. Definition of an anime is a Japanese cartoon. If we're going by technicals.
Mhm.
But what really, the moment that anime turned into something different for me, sometime in high school, and the guys already know about this. It was Haruhi. The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya,
Yep.
which is arguably one of the most influential hit novels that have come out, and that's part of the decade.
Mhm.
How do I explain Haruhi? It's a complicated topic for me since it influenced such a huge part of my life.
How
Haruhi
did it
as
happen?
an anime is simple. It was
Mhm.
in a way a deconstruction of the average rom-com harem trope, but not really. The setting was there, but everything else was weird. The main draw of the anime is the main character had god powers, and she low-key influenced everything that was happening, even the appearance of the other characters, the world itself. But the thing is, she doesn't have any idea that she's actually doing.
Mhm.
I'm sure I can explain this smarter on a better day, but right now my brain is currently jumbled. Is a jumbled mess. But let's go with it. Haruhi was something else. It hit different.
It hit
It
different.
hit different. And there are thousands, if not millions, not millions, hundreds, if not thousands of video essays explaining why Haruhi was different. But for me, that really changed everything.
You were really, really pissed off at me during our
What
first year when I sent you that
was I?
hentai picture of Haruhi.
Oh man,
I remember you being so pissed off at me.
so you have to understand it from my
Didn't you drew that
perspective.
yourself?
Yeah.
Haruhi wasn't an anime to me. It was a religion. It was a way of life.
And that
Yeah,
that
it sounds
was
weird
how
now. I know
I angered Cody and how I began to understand Cody.
it's weird right now. I know, but at the time, it meant a lot to me. It still does, really. But I'm a lot more smarter with it. Like I recognize its flaws and everything else surrounding it. It's just it gave me a chance to be myself. Because back then I was a drone, perhaps no, not a drone. I was the type of guy that accepted anything that came their way. You know, I didn't have much goals or desires or anything. After watching Haruhi, especially relating to Haruhi herself, how she is
Mhm.
unspecial. Like she wanted the world to be special. That really struck. After watching Haruhi, I changed a lot. I started to seek out really weird things and started actually reading, starting with the light novel, discovered me to other anime, which I will explain later. So yeah, it's a life changer, a literal life changer, and I can't completely explain it without becoming weird. Because how do you explain things like that? Things that just change the direction of your life.
How would
So
you
yeah,
compare your life pre Haruhi and post Haruhi?
it's like night and day. It really is. Like you know how in old movies there's this dark gray filter, like a
Mhm.
gray color and everything. Before I actually, no, that's a bit of an over exaggeration, but it's what I felt like. Before discovering how he had started, I started changing who I was. Everything just had this gray filter, and now that I have a grip on who I am, per se, what is this?
Do you
It's starting.
do,
This talk is starting to turn weird. I
do
see
you see
color
things
now.
in do you see things in black and white subtitles as well?
Yeah, something like that. The monotone color and sounds, and everything after that was just different. So,
It,
uh,
it still hits different.
it still hit the different. This is probably a terrible explanation, but yeah, that's just how it is.
Sorry if
And
you guys heard my bark.
I
I
didn't.
basically burped.
So following after that, how he really opened up the doors for me, not just in anime but in literature as well, because I started reading after that, and it will go off topic, but yeah, I started reading other light novels and stuff, which led me to what's that? Planet. Planet afterwards. Planet. Planet's a big thing. It didn't really completely change my life, but it it just felt different.
To this day, I'm still
I
afraid of
really
watching
need a
Planet.
fucking. You guys haven't watched Planet, have you?
No, to this day, I'm
Uh,
still afraid of watching Planet.
Yeah. It's
Afraid in the sense that I might get too attached to the characters.
oh, you will.
Because that happened with me on Anohana and Angel Beats.
I didn't have anyone to
But
watch
I
it
mean,
with.
Planet is not perfect. There's no perfect anime, even how. But it's really good at what it does, at making you feel attached to the characters and just feeling the dread of it. Makes you feel like you're a friend. And when bad
Ken,
things happen to your friend, you start feeling
Yeah.
bad.
why do you need someone to watch it with?
I'm just used to watching things alongside people.
Oh,
If
that's my issue with anime. Not really anime, but I can watch anime with people. Other watching something comedy. But if I'm watching something serious with actual story, I want to watch it alone. I want to absorb what's happening and not hear someone else talking about it.
if I if I want to do things alone, I rather read the manga instead.
My thing with that
Watching
is the focus. Because if I'm watching it with someone else, my focus is going to be on that other person, or not the thing that I'm watching.
Yeah, but I got used to watching with
Yeah,
my
I'm
brother,
just
so
sharing how I do it. It's not necessarily the correct way to do it. Yeah, people
So
watch things different ways.
coming from Cody's Haruhi statement, I wanna ask, what are the animes that you think are objectively viewed as masterpieces? From the story to the art to the
Gurren
music
Lagann,
to its composition.
didn't even finish it. Gurren
Yes,
Lagann, I'm
Gurren Lagann.
fucking sure. Let me just off the top of my head,
yes.
Gurren Lagann, literally anything from JoJo. Mm,
I'm gonna take my
I
time
would
thinking of this one, so you guys could go on ahead with yours.
Yeah, Gurren Lagann, anything from JoJo. Personally, I haven't watched JoJo, but You
I
can
like the music
fucking
of
tell the
JoJo.
internet loves JoJo.
I don't. I haven't watched it actually, but listening to the openings and endings, yeah, it has a good soundtrack.
Yeah,
And
fucking
I think
the
JoJo
music
pretty
box.
much opened the gates for otaku people to start dressing well, right? If I remember correctly.
Dressing well, excuse me. Can you explain that statement?
You'd have to
Yeah,
forgive
I'm
Cody.
not taking shots at everybody, but
You'd have to
like,
forgive Cody for that.
What? I'm curious. Dressing well. What? Just because I dress like a slob doesn't mean. Do I have to dress like a JoJo character to look good to you?
and Cody took exception to that.
Fucking, you're triggering some minds here, boy. Ouch! I hit my
Yeah,
leg.
I think JoJo as a series, on its aesthetics, steers more on the high fashion avant-garde. And I think seeing these characters influences a lot of people to look into what the
I don't know
characters.
enough fashion to comment on that. I just know that it's a unique thing. From the poses to the art, even the fucking names are from Western bands.
It
It's
does indeed
I
stand
remember
out.
some Japanese brands actually recreating those suits or something, or
yeah, even the poses, those were great.
and selling them.
JoJo's just such a big thing that I have zero knowledge on. Excuse me?
I'm the only one who hasn't burped yet.
Everyone just burps simultaneously. But we can edit that out. Fuck it. Leave it in, why not?
Sorry, I had to take a small break because I was going to burp really loud as I'm drinking this beer.
I burped in your place.
Thank you very much.
No problem, but
So since we're on the topic of being objectively viewing anime, would you say that Slam Dunk is objectively the best sports anime ever?
I don't watch sports animes, man.
I
Wait. Is Keijo a sports anime?
Yeah, I think it is.
Okay, best sports anime Keijo. Don't at me, bro. When Slam Dunk has fucking swimsuit battles, you fucking call me. But until then, that's worth nothing.
Until Slam Dunk has this butt
What
hitting
attacks?
characters, don't talk to me.
Don't talk to me or my son ever again.
I can't
But
argue
wait,
with that logic.
jokes aside, I actually watched Slam Dunk. I think it's neat, but I'm not really into sports anime, so I can't really comment on that.
My brother
Tsubasa was a pretty good sports anime, though. I remember watching that. Captain Tsubasa, I mean, not the other Tsubasa.
Tsubasa Chronicles.
Uh, Tsubasa
For you,
Chronicles.
Ken,
Hmm?
what do you think is some series that are objectively viewed as masterpieces?
What? Well, in different categories, I can probably name some of them. When it comes to comedy, I think Gintama is one of them.
Oh, hell
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
Gintama.
Gintama. Gintama is probably the most meta show I have ever seen, and I have not ever seen a full
Wait,
season of
I have to
Gintama.
comment. You mentioned the most meta show. There's this thing called Zetsubo Sensei, and boy,
Sayonara Zetsubo Sensei.
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
that show was
I-
fucking
I think
wild.
Ken is a pretty big fan of that, right? Were you, Ken?
I watched it. It was
I think you mistook me for Cody because I actually wanted to watch it, but I didn't have the time.
it's a lot.
Cody mentioned a lot.
It had like
Cody
6
mentioned a lot of it,
seasons.
and I think it would be a pretty interesting
It's
anime to
imagine
watch.
Monogatari, but but more weird than comedic.
Way comedic.
Monogatari had serious moments of action, even though most of it was kind of explanations. It was sort of like that. Even the aesthetics itself was like,
Yeah, I can see.
The shaft head movement.
just if you let, I have to show you the opening next time. The openings for Zetsubo Sensei were on another level.
I think I've watched the first and second season, but I don't think I was in the right headspace to understand
Yeah,
what was
it's
going
hard
on.
to. It's like Monogatari. There's a lot of explanations, a lot of wordplay. If
There's
you're
a
not
lot of dialogue.
Japanese, you can't completely appreciate it. I would argue to say it was one of. It would be a really not exactly a masterpiece, but it's pretty high up there if you understand the Japanese context
I
behind it.
would say that it's one of the most rewarding series.
No, that
Same with Monogatari.
yeah,
Like
Monogatari.
rewarding in the sense that when you begin to understand and have some context over what the dialogue say,
Yeah,
and
Monogatari series and Setsuko Sensei. Uh, as an English watcher, you lose a lot because from
yeah,
what I've heard and what I've seen, the Japanese meanings and puns and everything there,
They get
there's
lost
a
in
fuck ton of
translation.
it, and it's just flying over our heads because
Yeah.
subs
and
can't really do it justice.
as someone like Ken who is currently studying Japanese, I think you could pretty much vouch for that. That there's a lot of things lost in translation because sometimes in English there's not an exact literal translation, right?
Yeah.
I don't know much of it about
Yeah,
Japanese
I've
idioms,
seen
but
examples of that. Even now, when we're all watching VTubers and such, some of the translators have to make TL notes that some of
Mhm.
these phrases are literally untranslated. They need a lot of context and they just find the closest next thing in English.
That applies in reverse as well. Uh, if they want, if they wanted Japanese translations of our jokes, they might not get the entire thing.
It's a language.
Yeah, it's the barrier. You have to
The
learn their
language
language.
barrier.
so from the top of my head, I would say anime that are objectively viewed as masterpieces would probably be Ava, Gurren
No.
Lagann.
Fucking Ava 4B is hotly contested. Everyone, not everyone, most people agree Korn Lagan's like the shit. And Ava's like a fucking war zone of people arguing every other corner.
But like,
Have you
there's a
guys
lot of
completely watched
people
Korn Lagan though?
supporting. Yeah, I have. I have a bootleg DVD of that.
Like BGP.
Can't believe that girl is 13 years old.
Don't remind me.
Yoko,
Fucking
Yoko with
13
the
by
big
the way.
Yoko. Ava is probably more on the community voted favorites, objectively voted. Like it's a
It's
classic for most people,
yeah,
even though
it
it's
is a classic. You can't
controversial
deny the
at
classic
times.
status on it.
Yeah, can't deny that.
It influenced so much shit. You can't really deny it, even if you hate it. It is a
Mhm.
classic, and no one can say otherwise. Did Gurren
I'm
Lagann
curious
what
to.
year did Gurren Lagann come out?
I think that
Check
was
that.
pre 2010 or something. I'm curious to
Oh,
know
2007.
your
It was on
opinion.
April 2007. That was that
Oh,
back.
wow, that was that long, huh?
Yeah, it's in the middle of almost classic, but almost modern. It's in that bridge
Mhm.
area.
Yes.
Anything after 2010 was like really, really weird modern
I'm
anime.
curious to know though. Currently, this anime has been sitting at the top list of my anime list. Death Note. What are
Me,
your thoughts about
I haven't
viewing
watched
Death
it.
Note as a masterpieces?
I can't say because I never watched it. I know how fucking big it is
Why
and how
don't
everyone
you
loves it.
fucking watch the shows?
Because I don't watch popular anime, okay? I watch all the obscure,
You're such a
weird
fucking
ones.
hipster.
yeah, I haven't watched it as well.
Yeah. Did you watch it?
So you guys never understood the jokes on the potato chips and stuff
Of course, the
about
memes. You can understand the memes, but you don't have to watch the entire series to see how fucking weird this guy is when eating a
you
potato
guys
chip.
know the story, right? You guys know the story.
Oh yeah, a guy writes on diary, people die, like Kira
People die
battle.
while
Do you guys think that it's a masterpiece material or not?
I
Even
don't
without
know. Because you can't really say that if you don't know the context. If you describe anime just from the literal sense, a lot of anime would suck.
no,
Let's
because
try
like
Gundam.
we are
Big
viewing this
robots fight.
on an
Yeah,
objective
you can
sense.
analyze it objectively if you haven't really seen it. Like,
can you really have a proper opinion if You haven't actually experienced it.
Like, wait, tell me what's the most masterpiece anime to you?
For me,
Yeah,
I think it's
I'm just asking. I'm making an
probably
example.
objectively viewing, like not even
Like
like
for you
actually
as a
watching the
person,
anime,
what's the most masterpiece anime?
but that's subjectively speaking because it comes from what I've seen.
Yeah, so I'm asking you. I just want to know because I'm trying to make an example.
I would say, hold on, let me pull up my anime list. Out of all the anime lists I've watched, I don't even remember. I'd probably say Gundam Seed.
Gundam Seed. Now, how do I make that sound dumb? Big robot guy. You see where I'm going with this? When you
Yeah,
describe anime was how general they are. Like guy goes into robot, fights an enemy army. Would it sound interesting to you? Because
probably
that's what
not.
you were making Death Note sound like earlier. Like you were asking it if it was masterpiece level just from the general descriptions.
Okay, okay, I see where you're going.
Yeah. Oh, another. I would call this a masterpiece anime. GTO.
Great
That's
teacher
mine.
Onizuka.
That's a love.
GTO Great Teacher Onizuka.
Mm-hmm.
Basically a yakuza teacher. Takes in a high school a bunch of
Isn't he
gangsters,
a Yakuza?
delinquents.
I don't
I
remember
think he
much.
is actually. It just wasn't said, but it was implied. Anyway, GTO was really great. I can't really explain because I'm dumb at explaining things, but GTO was one of the old best anime. Another one for me would be Welcome to the NHK.
Yes. Welcome to
Yes,
the NHK is a fucking masterpiece.
it is.
It is pretty much satirical, but it hits all the right spots.
Is it satirical? Because when I read the actual light novel and read the last part, wherein the author himself was saying writing this was such a trauma because most of these actually happened, and right now he actually went back into becoming a kikomori and started just living off the royalties from it. It it
Because
really
I
really hit that mark,
when I
but
when I watched Welcome to the NHK, I viewed it as people making fun of this character
it
because he's
was.
not
There are
normal.
changes to the anime. I have to comment on. There were some changes to the anime that made
Hmm.
it less bad than it should. In the light novel, the guy was doing drugs. He was doing straight up drugs.
Hmm.
And remember in the anime where people actually came back, like the nerd guy,
Yeah,
and
his
there was
neighbor.
this yes, the guy actually in the light novel he just disappeared, straight up moved and never feel him ever
Disappeared.
again. Meanwhile, in the anime, you just kind of feel he became his friend, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a lot
for me,
sadder in the light novel, but the
NHK
ending is
was
still the same,
was
sort of.
satirical in a sense that it was trying to bring to light the tropes of the hikikomori culture while also showing it in a comedic sense.
Yeah, I could feel that, but after reading the thing, I
Yeah.
felt less satirical. It felt more like a actual journal of someone who went through this. Was put
Yes.
on
Because
with a bit
I
more
actually
comedy.
have the volume one of the manga,
I have the evil.
and I
How long?
could pretty much see the difference between the anime and
How
the
long is
manga.
that? I want to read it because
NHK?
yeah,
NHK, about
someone
200,
recommended
300
it to me,
pages. It's
but
actually really short,
yeah,
and it's only one volume. That's the thing.
feels like it's going to hurt.
Didn't you read this, Hans? I remember you sending it to you.
What? Sorry, I was gonna burp again.
Oh my god!
I was
I meant
burping again.
NHK.
Ah, yeah. Yeah, I have one volume.
Oh, did you read the actual light novel? Because I remember sending it.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. And like you said, there's a lot that changed. Probably
Yeah,
because they opted it to be more TV
yeah.
friendly.
For it to be aired on national television without being blocked and most of it, they had to change.
Because mostly, like, even though it's an seinen anime,
Is it? Because
like
there's a
it's
lot of
classified
mature
as
themes.
shonen, but yeah, like you said, it deals a lot with a lot of factors go into the mature side. and I don't think the Japanese TV would want people watching that. Another classic would be
Would the topic be classic or masterpiece? Because I end up
oh
choosing
yeah.
this.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah,
Yeah,
masterpiece. A masterpiece. I think pretty much Code Geass became a masterpiece to some just because of that ending.
can't really say
The
much
ending to
about it.
season two, where I actually can't spoil it to you guys, right? Because you guys haven't watched it.
I kind of already know
God
what
damn it.
happens, but go. I'm gonna take a quick glance at this.
For you,
Oh!
object.
Why did no one mention this? Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
because
Full
I
Metal Alchemist.
watched it.
Brotherhood specifically. The first one was okay though.
Because I
Brotherhood,
haven't watched it.
Brotherhood had
You watched
everything.
it?
Brotherhood sounds better. Yeah,
Yeah.
I do
Yeah.
remember having a painting of it at home.
Brotherhood?
Yeah. Oh well, specifically Adore Delric, but yeah.
Oh.
I have some stories on, but I'm not gonna tell why I don't want to get into Full Metal Alchemist.
Why?
It's great. Oh wait, speaking on the SJW side, just commenting. Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood probably has the most strong female characters. A big ton of the cast. It's just so diverse. It's actually amazing. I just I just had to put it out there because it really had that. Not a lot of anime comment specifically have those. So yeah, I'm not an
I remember.
SJW by the way.
I
I'm just
remember
commenting.
the passerby housewife character.
Oh yeah,
She's
it
pretty
was
strong.
their teacher. Oh, teacher was so badass. And Major Armstrong's sister. Like,
Yeah,
she was
I
fucking
remember.
scary.
Who was that guy on the meme that was crying again? And then he was basically saying, that today it's
No, that
raining.
was Mustang. Oh my god, that's when Hughes died. Oh, poor Hughes.
No.
So much
I only know
memories.
Full Metal Alchemist through the memes.
Man, the Full Metal Alchemist is a ride. It really is. It blends a lot of genres together. Drama, suspense. I'd say adventure too, since the world is just so interesting, including the powers. Of course,
That's a lot.
shonen. Is it a shonen series?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
it is pretty much
It
shown in
definitely,
series.
definitely is.
Yeah,
It has a lot
superpower.
going for it.
Okay, technically it's an isekai as well.
Oh no!
Want to know why? In the last episode, or in both the Brotherhood and normal series, Edward gets transported to our world.
But
Sometime
Oh
World War II.
no! It's
So it
reverse.
is technically an isekai. So there's that.
do you still consider it an isekai if it's not the general plot of the story?
Yeah, there. It's not an isekai anime, but there are. It is isekai
elements.
world. Yeah, it's an isekai world, but it's not an isekai anime. Like a world.
I'm stuck listening to these two talking about Isekai again.
I hate isekai. That's why I watch all of them.
Isekai is following us every fucking where.
And a last one for me because
Mm-hmm.
what is this? Oh wait, I forgot the title. Anohana. Anohana. Feel fucking like
Yes.
I would
Anohana.
argue was one of the
Whenever I hear
first.
that ending song, I always get
Yeah.
teary-eyed.
I can't relate to it.
Plana then Anohana for me. If you hear the OSTs, the openings and endings, you just fucking
They
break down.
really
as a
know
person.
where to hit you in the feels. And the timings of those music inserts are so
Yeah,
fucking
there's
perfect.
I think that's a science thing, where you
Yes.
you start having attachment
And
to
it's
the specific
also
songs that are playing.
and it's also an art on how to draw these emotions out.
Yeah, it really is. So that's not everything, but most of the quote unquote masterpieces that I'd comment on.
For most people, do you think they would objectively view Steins Gate as a masterpiece?
I know Roji would. Roji likes it, but at the same time he hates it because he played the original visual novel. And if a person
Oh,
plays
I
the
didn't know
source
that.
material, they start
Of
having
course.
different opinions on something.
Yeah.
I know that's what I feel when I read the manga or read the light novel. I see the anime took out so many things and edited so many things. Eh, yeah, a person that
So
watches
you guys,
only the anime and a person that knows the source material have different opinions.
of course, because but we also have to think that those are two different mediums sharing sharing one name but two different
Yeah,
mediums.
it's personally it's hard to objectively say something is better than the other if
Hmm.
you know that the other part that they took out will actually make it better
It's
or
like comparing
worse.
apples to oranges.
Yeah, if there is a studio that I trust when animating, converting something, it would probably be QAni. QAni has made a lot of changes to a lot of anime that they animate. So
Hmm.
no, there's a term for that. Anyways, QAni makes a lot of changes, and most of the time, it's actually for the better. I I can name specific instances, but it would be actually too much. Like in Haruhi, they made a lot of subtle changes to make Nagito feel much more human.
There goes
A lot of
Cody again,
things.
simping over Haruhi.
And then there's what's that anime with the blonde girl?
Violet Evergarden.
Yeah, Violet Evergarden. In the Violet Evergarden series, she was lugging around a giant battle axe. It's really, it felt more, it leaned more towards fantasy. But in the anime, it feels more real. It still had fantasy elements, but it leaned more towards
I
the
didn't know that.
more realism, emotional states of people. So I think they picked the right direction.
So moving on from that, like,
Oh wait,
what
speaking
are
of,
some of the but
I just had to comment on the Kiwani thing. Bless
okay,
their souls. And I hope they're at peace.
Oh yeah, I
yes,
remember. I remember
yeah, I
the
forgot.
event.
Please pay respects to those who have
Yeah, who
Why
died in
unfortunately?
the fire a couple of years back.
the
Was really
unfortunate
bad.
incident back in 1 year ago. Was that 1 year ago?
I don't actually want to remember.
So yeah.
It's a sad time.
So moving on from that, like one of our last few topics would be coming up from this. What are some of the series you think were almost viewed as masterpieces, but unfortunately missed the mark?
No, I cannot spoil it.
I'm
What,
thinking of
what, 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 what,
series.
what?
I would have I would have mentioned Kimetsu no Yaiba, but
Oh, because you've been reading
I
the manga,
cannot,
right?
yeah, I cannot mention it because they haven't aired the ending in
Such clickbait. Ken knows how to
Clickbait.
clickbait.
I'm thinking of a
Actually,
series.
just drop something. Oh, I know why this is going to be bad, but I'm not gonna say it.
I
yeah,
don't
very sorry.
know
I wouldn't have
anything
mentioned it
about it. I
if
can't
I
think
had
of one
to.
off the top of my head, to be honest. But I'm sure
How
there
close
are.
is the, how close is the anime to to the part where you're saying that it's going
Still
to be
far.
disappointing?
Still far.
Pretty far?
Yeah.
Like season side far?
Probably. The
Yeah,
animation of the anime is superb.
that's actually scary because like
The the anime's music and animation is
Animation,
superb.
because
Yeah.
unlimited budget works.
But
because I think
yeah,
Kimetsu no Yaiba is pretty much on the higher tiers of anime that's currently airing right now, right?
yes, it's
Yet
at the time
another
it's very
popular
amazing.
anime I'm not watching.
But I got to the end
Hmm.
and
Wait, is the manga finished?
yes.
Oh, I
It,
see, I see.
I don't know, it's probably just my opinion, but
Was it
they had
disappointing?
potential, yeah. They had potential. They didn't go with it.
Uh,
Hmm. That is interesting. As someone who hasn't watched or read Kimetsu no Yaiba and
thinking
seeing
of
to how
anime, I
people are reacting to it.
should check my
I
list.
know
I
because a certain
have nothing.
friend felt bitter.
Oh, I remembered something. I, I saw it on my list. You know the
What, what,
one
what, what,
only
what?
God knows.
Oh yeah,
Oh my god, the manga
I think
was.
that was
Mm,
during our first years of college.
it's
When it
really good.
aired.
And you could argue with me, it is already a classic. It is, I know. But the ending, the ending was
Yeah,
bigger.
the ending
Oof.
was pretty.
It could have been better. Let's be real. It could have
Yeah, they
been
could have
better.
done better.
Even the ending in the manga was stop. And the way they handled the series, I'm so disappointed with how they handled the series. It went with season one was amazing. Season two was
Mhm.
okay. And then they fucking time skip, cut out like what, 100 plus chapters? Fucking unknown reason, then go straight to the ending chapter.
Do you think
Yeah.
they had a lower budget at the time?
I'm not sure, but
Well, that's hard to say.
hard to say. But honestly, they could
But
have kept that other 100 chapters and went for like two more
here's the
seasons, and
thing.
it would
Here's
have
the thing.
sold. No,
Here's the
it
thing.
wasn't. Yeah.
Corners.
They
No,
had
no,
budget to make a season 3
yeah.
because most animes won't even get a season 2. Season 1 would probably just be promoting the source material. So if they've got the
True.
money to make season 3, so
Oh,
like
my problem is with what Ken said. I would agree to that if they were releasing that like every other year, but there was
mhm.
time in between. They had choices to make to animate that plus 100 chapters, and they chose, nah, man, let's just animate the last fucking chapter. Even then, it's not really the last chapter because there was another last chapter after that. So yeah, they practically what's the word?
Mhm.
It's wasted potential. It could have been way better.
There's also another anime that comes to mind
And
that
that would
had
be
Seven Deadly Sins and its animation.
oh, here's
Oh,
another one.
And that's
I never
that's
Casually,
watched
about
it.
it.
casually just dropping bombs on the mainstream watchers.
I can't
That's all
remember
I know
anything.
from the events.
See the thing, I don't get disappointed by modern anime as much as I used to. Because after a
Mhm.
point, sometime 2012, 2014-ish, I just stopped caring. If something just turns bad, I just accept it.
Mhm.
I don't really get those, oh man, this is so disappointing because I never had any expectations to begin with.
I think for me, one of the anime that was headed towards the classic, but then totally missed the mark was Darling in the Franks. That shit just threw everything out of the window during because they were building up this super arc that oh these kids will be rebelling
Wait, people are
and
calling Darling and Frank's budget Eva, and I have no idea why. I never watched both.
Darling
So
in the Franks was
I'm completely
basically
clueless.
I think I'm much more getting Gurren Lagann vibes from it rather than Ava.
Is it the same studio?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, it's by Trigger.
Triggered. Get triggered.
Because
Oh.
I think it shares a lot with Gurren Lagann and Ava, and that's something that's really hard to do. But then they were building this hype up over an arc that basically everyone was expecting. Then they casually just dropped the bomb that, okay, we're going to introduce another element to the story. And it doesn't make sense. And I think that's why most people quickly lost interest in it.
Mm. I don't know what happened, but I kind of feel for people that experience something like that. I don't
Hmm.
think the average response is.
Oh, here's another off field as I'm looking at my anime list. I don't know if you guys have watched this series, but I'm pretty sure you guys have read the works of this author,
What is this?
Junji Ito, The Collection.
Yeah, I
Nope.
haven't. I haven't.
But
I
you
have
haven't
not.
watched,
I know the name, but
I know the
you
person,
haven't
but
read any of Junji Ito's works?
nope. I am
yeah,
familiar with what happens and what they look like, but I've never directly watched it. I read it myself.
his art
Damn.
art is noticeable
Mhm.
Yeah.
and peculiar.
How about you, Ken? Have you watched it?
No,
No.
that's the thing with Junji Ito's
Yeah.
like stuff.
You just know that
It's
it comes from him, but yeah, I
yeah,
haven't.
from the
It's so
style.
recognizable. But
It's
like,
not something you can animate. I mean,
yes,
or is it?
exactly. That was what where I was going to get into, because there's this certain element of surprise turning a page and seeing this horrific character all in one page,
Yeah.
and actually
But when you see it
adapting
on
that
anime,
to
it
an
looks
anime
derpy
is
as
pretty
fuck.
hard. It looks, how do I say this?
Derpy as fuck.
Not derpy, but more of cringy.
Derpy as fuck. It's the same thing.
And it's basically like I lost the sense of
Here.
fear when it
Yeah.
got animated.
I don't think there are any good horror animes. Mm.
Horror story counts.
Wait, is that Ghost Story? Ghost Story is a
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
meme.
ghost stories. Yeah, yeah,
That's a
ghost stories.
meme. That's not a horror anime. That's a the dumb.
It,
That's pure
it's
nonsense.
it's horror if you dream that it is horror.
Oh, people have to watch that.
If you believe hard enough, it's
Mhm.
horror.
Yep, I'm definitely afraid.
So like, yeah, rounding off these, what do you think is gonna be a classic when it's done airing? Because for sure, Attack on Titan is going to be a classic.
You ask someone who hasn't watched anything for a year. I have no idea. I would like it to be Mushoku Tensei because Mushoku Tensei as an isekai should be
Mhm.
way bigger than it should. Especially
Mhm.
since it influenced so much of the modern day isekais. I'd want it to be, but I have no idea if it's popular today or people are just brushing it aside. And the lessons from that show is actually pretty nice. So that's
I
my
think
take
more
on it.
or less on the mainstream shows. Yeah, Attack on Titan is heading towards there, and probably Demon Slayer. But I'm afraid of what
Oh
Ken
wait,
has actually
uh
dropped.
what happened with Boku no Hero? I have no idea. Is it still good?
Yeah,
Are people still
I
liking it?
think Boku no Hero is going to be a classic, but I think it pretty much lost its hype after the third season.
In the manga, well, I'd say it got better in
Still
some
ongoing, right?
aspects. Yeah,
Because
I
I
can't
think,
say the same about the anime because
Would you call it like the
I
next
prefer
Naruto?
reading. Hmm?
probably, yeah, I could see that.
I watched like a season after I got tired. It's more than 12 episodes, it hurts.
Because
I
for
have that.
me, um, My Hero Academia is stuck between wanting to mature as a story and being stuck in this shonen genre. I don't know if you get that, guys.
Uh,
Like,
sort of
but
do.
I think it's one of the reason like why they released the Vigilante, so they can do much more mature stories and dealing with stuff like death and other related topics to that.
Well, people still die in the original story, but yeah, I can
People
see where
die
you're
when
coming
they are
from.
killed. Wait,
People
no one
dying.
mentioned that. The Fate series. Not exactly. Oh yeah, it's because
Oh
it's.
yeah, it's because it's a fucking
No, it's hard to say
gotcha.
masterpiece. No, because Fate is a giant universe. It's not just one big series. But if I know
Exactly.
if Fate Zero,
I
if
think
you
it's
had to
because
make me pick.
of the accessibility is why people are having a hard time getting into it.
Yeah, it's hard to get into the Fate series.
Because even back then, I
But
wanted to get into Fate, but I
that's a
didn't know
big
where to
topic on
start.
its own. To be honest. We can
You
make an
had to go
entire
Yes.
deep.
podcast just on the Fate series.
You had to go deep
So I I think we're not gonna dig that
in places
today
that
at
I
least.
cannot
Yes.
access.
That's another topic for another day. What were you
I have a
saying,
guess
Ken?
in mind for that actually.
Hmm?
What were you saying?
Oh, don't mind me. I was thinking about the darker aspects of fate.
My Hero Academia?
Nah, fate.
Fate.
Fate has a lot of things.
Well, gotcha is a pretty dark subject to some.
Well, pretty
Anyway, I
dark,
think
especially if you
we'll
lose.
probably wrap this episode up.
Yep,
And
sounds great.
I want to thank the listeners for staying with us till this long. And we can't wait to see you till next time. Bye bye.
Goodbye. See you next
Take
time.
care.